This is the New Balance Fuelcell Propel V4 after 100 miles. Before this video I did a quick calculation and found that I've done approximately 700 minutes worth of running in the shoe, which is a lot of time pondering what you have on foot. I've of course already shared a detailed initial review on what the shoe is all about, and I'd encourage you to check it out. But having run 100 miles in the shoe, a couple things have come to mind since. The update of this model is so substantial that this version is almost unrecognizable from the one before it. And with this, I think it deserves more attention than before. The big update to this model is the TPU plate that they've embedded inside the midsole that acts similar to a carbon fiber plate in that it gives you that extra propulsion and energy return, but in a bit more of a milder form with a more flexible forefoot. The previous Fuelcell Propel was overshadowed by the Fuelcell Rebel, which was an upspec'd, more premium and a more racy version of the Fuelcell product. However, I think tides are now going to turn as this upspec'd model and update is going to attract the attention by appealing to a runner who's looking for a versatile speed shoe that comes in at a very competitive $110 price point, to which some runners are going to call the budget version of the Saucony Endorphin Speed. This might not be a fair comparison as the Endorphin Speed is the level up product, as it's got a PIBA midsole and it's about 50 grams lighter. But the aspiring customer is similar. However, the appealing price point of the Propel opens the shoe up to a broader, more commercial audience. If anything, I think the ASICS Noosa Tri is a more similar competitor, as it's got this interesting hybrid combination of speed and distance capabilities like the Fuelcell Propel does, except it just doesn't have a plate in the midsole. Rather, it's just got a rigid midsole that acts similarly. Let's chat about the shoe's price point for a sec. Now, $110 isn't cheap for a running shoe, but as more plated speed shoes have entered the market, so have the offerings at $180 plus. And it's opened up this space in the market for a quality, reasonably priced speed shoe that the Fuelcell Propel has just occupied. The Fuelcell Propel V4 slots in here really nicely, and it doesn't create opposition against your top-end running shoes. A runner who wants the best or fastest shoe will still have to shop at the top. But this opens up a shoe for someone who wants a less aggressive speed shoe that doubles up really nicely as a daily running shoe as well. Speaking of which, I've literally been doing all of my daily running in this shoe right here. And if you are especially a lighter, faster runner, you will really enjoy using this as your daily running shoe. You might be a runner who's used to picking something up like a Nike Pegasus and will be very pleasantly surprised if you put this on as an opposition, especially at its price. You do, however, need to be a mid-foot to forefoot striker to best utilize the shoe. The shoe doesn't have a heel crash pad and is notably soft on the heel if you are landing in this position, which may impact the shoe's wear. The shoe also has a pivot point at the rocker, and if you land too prominently at the heel, you're a bit too distant from that point at which your foot pivots, so it might not be too compatible with your stride. There is also another runner who this shoe may suit, and that's someone who's looking for a less aggressive race day shoe. This could be a runner who is a quickly improving runner who's already got a daily training shoe, but is looking to get a second shoe specific for race day that is not the most aggressive race day shoe, but certainly a step up from their daily training shoe in terms of speed. And this is going to be a great, almost introductory speed option. You might also have a high school runner who's looking to have one shoe to do all of their racing and training in, whether it's on cross country or road running surface, and this will do the trick. The fit of the shoe is more accommodating than I initially thought, and the shoe's got a more roomier forefoot, thanks to a new foot-shaped last that New Balance have started to use in some of their shoes, such as the new 1080, but also the Fuelcell Propel. Strangely enough, the shoe weighs in fairly heavily for a racing shoe at 302 grams or 10.7 ounces in a men's sample size. But the shoe in fact feels more in line like a 270 gram shoe or a 9.5 ounce shoe on foot. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to the shoe's weight. So after 100 miles, the shoe has aged really nicely. There's no major signs of wear nor midsole scuffing. There's a little bit of rubberized wear at the toe, which is where I usually wear my shoes as I rotate the shoe upon toe off. But aside from that, the midsole's in good condition. The rubber in all the key wear sites is good. So I think we're going to be due for 600 Ks or 400 miles plus in the shoe. Something to sort of note or look out for is whenever you have a rocket shoe with a rigid forefoot, as you wear the shoe, it becomes more flexible, which does change the function of the shoe. Now, I think even if you've got a flexible forefoot, you're still good to run in the shoe, but it just protects your calves less and less as it becomes more flexible. Luckily, there is a plate in here to resist sort of a shoe becoming overly flexible, as you can have shoes that don't have plates but have rockers that just become almost flat as soon as they become overly flexible. So I think in terms of durability, we're going to be good to expect something nice from the Fuelcell Propel. Thanks for watching.